Staying with the pandemic, over 1 million US households now use government benefits to buy groceries online. Those numbers spiking 50-fold just this year. Once a nice perk, grocery delivery from companies like Amazon and Walmart is now a lifesaver for families across the country. With me now from Seattle is Bloomberg reporter Matt Day, who covers technology. Matt, it's great to have you on the show. The USDA, the Department of Agriculture, this program hasn't been around for a while. When did the program begin and how does it work, specifically when it comes to actually being able to order groceries online? Because that's the new part of this.
Yeah, so it started last year. As initially, the idea was it's going to be a pilot, right? A couple of states launch online purchasing of grocery deliveries, use the sort of SNAP benefits debit card that you already had to buy in store, and spin it online for delivery or pickup. Now, that pilot got blown way up as soon as the pandemic started. Congress authorized some loosening of restrictions around food aid, and very quickly USDA, which administers the program, moved to open it up to all participating states who wanted it, right? So right now it's very much less like let's test and see if online shopping really works for food assistance, and let's see how many people we can help during the pandemic.
Well, you spoke to a couple different Americans for your story who are now using this new benefit to order groceries to be delivered. Give us an idea of what they told you and really how they're using the program.
This is really just the kind of ideal use case, right? Like say I have a health condition, it's not safe for me to take public transportation or linger in a store for very long. I would be much more convenient for my life to get stuff delivered. And that really seems to be, just in my canvassing of shoppers who have used this so far, the main case. There's a bit of, just convenience in the day, kind of the reasons people would have used grocery delivery before this. But I think there's a lot of sort of utility for people who are either time crunched or who have health issues that make going out in public risky, particularly now that cases are spiking again really nationwide.
This is a big business story as well, and Amazon has certainly benefited in the short term. It also means that it's taking something away from traditional a program that people who have gone to Walmart in the past have actually used. What does this mean for Walmart?
So for Walmart, they said, this is a little bit dated data at this point, but at one point they estimated that something like $1 in $5 spent in government food assistance went to Walmart, right? They were arguably the biggest beneficiary of this program. People flooding into their supercenters to use these benefits. So potentially Amazon making inroads with kind of a core constituency of theirs is bad news for them and good news, frankly, for Amazon in the long run. They are a company that their average shopper skews a little bit more affluent than the median American. And so, tapping a lower income cohort of folks and advertising services and getting the Prime membership program into their hands is certainly a goal of Amazon's here in Seattle.
But based on your reporting, this is not just as easy as signing up for a Prime membership and going on to Amazon or Whole Foods and actually ordering food. Whole Foods, which Amazon owns, bought a few years ago for over $13 billion. It's actually not part of the program, right?
That's right, yeah. And Amazon's grocery delivery services, there's been a few of them for years, and they've confused people a little bit. I think one of the sort of lingering critiques that anti-hunger advocates would have about this program and kind of food access in general is that the grocery delivery services aren't making it universally available, right? Amazon's fresh food delivery service called Amazon Fresh that will get you, vegetables in addition to shelf-stable stuff. That's not nationwide. It's largely limited to big metropolitan areas. So there's definitely some gaps in coverage with both Amazon and Walmart.
Point, or I think hunger advocates would say they're going to need at some point to provide this type of service and these type of programs to the underserved.
Both of them say they're working on it, more or less. Amazon, for its part, makes shelf-stable stuff available essentially everywhere in the United States, but that is a pretty severely limited set of items. Walmart, they are expanding just with crazy speed their delivery and pickup options to their stores. Right now, delivery is served from more than half of their 4,700 stores in the U.S., pickup in a little bit more than that. And they've sort of seeing the Amazon business threat, in particular, have been rolling out new stores all the time to service customers there. So they both sort of say they're working on it, but no kind of pledges of what portion of Americans they intend to serve with this in the long run.
Matt, when the pandemic first hit, especially in parts of the Northeast back in March and April, it was really difficult to actually find somebody to deliver groceries. These companies have worked very hard now to expand Instacart, Amazon Fresh, and the like. I'm curious if this changing way that we are buying groceries is something that's going to stick, if it's a permanent shift that will last beyond the pandemic?
It's a great question. I think there's a couple schools of thought. I mean, certainly grocery delivery has exploded since the pandemic, but a lot of folks say that there is still a value in going into a grocery store as a physical shopping experience that you don't get in a lot of other corners of retail, right? You want to see and touch that tomato or head of lettuce, and just as prevalent as the I can't get a delivery stories are the kind of horror stories of a bad bunch of bananas or something coming to your doorstep. So I think there's definitely expectation that some of that rise that we've seen this year is going to fade out a little bit. People are going to go back into stores when it's safe. On the other hand, Amazon certainly and others pushing online delivery would hope that people, once they see the convenience of this, particularly for stuff like staples, where a box of macaroni and cheese is a box of macaroni and cheese, you don't really need to see that for yourself. That maybe that kind of demand might stick going forward.
Bloomberg's Matt Day in Seattle. Thanks so much for your time. We appreciate it.
The biggest stories the moment they happen from around the globe. Subscribe to Bloomberg Quick Take now for insight in an instant.